Hi, I'm Jenny.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Bill.
We're going to talk about what it's like to be us, right? I'm a mom of 4. Jen has a daughter, so we'll talk about parenting. We're going to talk about health and wellness, certain restaurants that we enjoy, fashion, because I'm a stylist at Nordstrom, so everything has kind of a fashion undertone for me. That's why I like the shopping center of North Park. That's why I like the Highland Park Village. That's why I like... Anyway, so, and then we're also going to talk about dating because we're all single. I was with my partner for 25 years. Jen?
I was with my ex for my ex-husband, maybe 8, 9.
Yeah. Oh, partner sounds like I was maybe like in a same-sex partnership. No, I had a husband.
Your partner was your husband.
My partner was my husband, and we had our 4 children together, and we met when I was 18 at Colorado State. And then I was with him till I was about 43, so about 25 years.
That's a long time.
Bill?
I was married for about 12 years. We were together like 13 years. And then, I've just kind of dated around since then. It was about 10 years ago, I guess. That's where the time flies type
So
thing.
You've been dating for 10 years?
Well, I've been single for 10 years. And, I had a girlfriend for 5 years during that time. And then, just kind of dated around. And then, like right now, dating is not really a super high priority for me. I'm more just into my business. And, I just find when I'm not looking is it's when I always find somebody I actually like and get along with. And if I try, it just is forced. That's my own personal experience. We all have our different viewpoints on that. But that's kind of my history. I dated a lot before I got married. So had kind of a bachelor about town for many years and had a lot of dating experience.
Do you like being married or dating more?
Well, I like being married. Marriage I like, but it's I like it more than dating, honestly, if I had my choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jen?
I mean, if it's going great or if it's going well, then I think a great marriage, there's nothing better than a good marriage. There's nothing worse than a bad marriage.
Amen.
And wonderful, wonderful experiences. And then the chapter was over and we both had a beautiful baby and moved on. And would I ever get married again? I don't know. I'm trying to be in the moment, one day at a time. I don't know. I think that it was a beautiful, blessed thing and only great things to say. And, I certainly am grateful for it. And I'm grateful for right now. I wouldn't rush into anything. And I feel independent and like I can stand on my own. And, I feel like when you're younger, society specifically puts pressure on young girls and men, like, well, are you married or are you not? Even now they do. But that's not why I got married. I was genuinely in love then, but I feel like I'm at an age where I don't really care what people, it's like I'll walk into something alone or, 30th high school reunions coming up this Saturday. And my girlfriend, if my girlfriend wasn't going to be back from the ranch, I would just walk in by myself. And it's like you have this self-assurance and this confidence and you've earned your stripes. But if there's nothing better than being in a good relationship. And I love that. My parents have been married 57 years. My sister's been married a long time. It just didn't work out the same for me, and that's okay.
And then you like online dating. Okay, so I dated someone. We were serious for like 3 years, but I haven't dated since then, for like a year and a half. And I thought about maybe getting on an online app.
I would. Hinge.
So I went on Hinge and they ask you like all these crazy questions, like some being like, what are you looking for? Which doesn't seem like it should be that hard to answer. But then you're like, well, it kind of depends on you, Like if I don't like you, I'm not looking for anything.
Exactly.
If I like you, then I want to spend every day together.
What I found to be...
But I don't want to say that because then you seem crazy. So then you like go through all these like questions. How do you answer it?
Well, I finally changed mine because it says a lot of times it asks people where they live, and a lot of men lie and they say they live in my neighborhood, and I want someone near me I don't have a lot of free time, and so a lot of people say they live right next to me and they live 2 hours. So really on there, I said, tell the truth, don't be a drunk, and we'll see where it goes. I think being blunt and honest, even if you're not the most popular person in the world, that's what works for me because it just weeds a lot of people out.
So it comes to this voice prompt here where you have to like pick a question to answer. So these are the questions. Green flags I look for.
I wrote that. One of them, it's tell the truth, don't be drunk all the time.
Those are your green flags.
Mm-hmm. Oh, those some of your green flags.
Yeah, some.
Yeah. What are your green flags?
Well, I think if I'm prioritizing, basically, I could name a lot of them, but just being able to communicate good, it's like, I think there has to be some mutual attraction, and then, good communication it's a good start, so it takes time to get to know people, it's somebody I would want to give a chance to get to know. And
yeah, what do they have? What quality? Oh, just
that's what I'm saying.
Good communication.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and there has to be some, some attraction, or what's the point? You're just kind of a friend or whatever. So I would say those are two like building blocks of something that could go well in the future. Now, there's a lot of people that I run into that just don't communicate very well. They don't really make an effort to talk about what they're thinking or what they're feeling or what they want, and that turns me off pretty fast. If you can't, at our age, talk about who you are and what you want. It's not that we have to agree, but can we talk about it? That's really important.
I'm like a little less talk and a lot more action. I want to talk less. I want to talk as little as possible. Like, let's just go do things,
And it's chemistry, and it takes you off guard. You just fall for someone or you just don't. It's either
I think it's easier to come up with red flags.
Yeah, but let's
wrong name, putting your wrong name on a Hinge account. That's happened to me before. Or he had a girlfriend.
Let's go down this road with her in just a second, though. So if you start going out and doing, so you just want action. So that's not necessarily a priority. That's not like a green flag or necessarily.
Because people will talk your head off and not actually do anything. But I don't want to talk. Like I have children I can talk to. I have family I can talk to. I have friends I can talk to. Like, why do we need to talk so much?
You want to go out on a date?
Yeah, just do whatever. Yeah. Because some people, they just like want to get caught up in like that little game of the texting back and forth.
I'm not looking for a pen pal.
Yeah, like not the pen pal situation. Like we'll figure out if we can talk like when we hang out.
Right.
Or
well, that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm sort of saying the same thing in a different way. I think. Yeah.
I don't do pen pal. If we go back and forth, if they don't seal the deal and ask me out, and I want to go pretty quick, then I just unmatch. It's fast.
Yeah.
Or if I find out they don't live where they said they live, or I had a therapist. She was like, "This is what you do. The first time you catch a man lying, let him go." And there's lots of fibber McGee's. For dumb reasons, like tell the truth where you live. Why would you say you live, in the Park Cities if you live in Carrollton? I'm going to find out.
I know. I haven't gone back on an app because I feel weird. Like it feels like it's a game of like kind of capture the flag, Like what can I say and do to get this person to ask me out on a date or go to the next thing? Like you always want to be chosen. So then it becomes, choose me, as opposed to like, are we really even a match? Because then you don't want to be rejected by some random that you've never even met.
See, I don't mind being rejected. I'm in the phase of my life where it's not choose me. It's like, do I like you enough to meet up and give you 30 minutes to an hour of my time?
Yeah, that's how I feel.
That's a high threshold. There's not a lot right now that is going to take me from my cozy house with my kitten and my daughter and the time off that I do have when I'm not working. I don't want to go out. I want to sit at home, watch TV or, so it takes a lot.
I don't want to be out and about like saying, pick me. So that's why I think I'm not doing the app thing. I just want to date in the wild. So then I was asking a girlfriend about dating in the wild. Like, what does that look like? She's like, well, you need to show up places and talk to strangers.
When you say dating in the wild, you mean go out and meet people that you might want to date with, as opposed to meeting on an app.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But see, you can drink.
Just
You're,
go
you're
in
what I call a
blind.
normie. You can drink normally. So you go to bars and that's fun for you. But if you're not a normie and you don't drink alcohol, I haven't had a sip in 15 years, going to a bar is not fun for me. And
I know she was like, you always have to be like game on ready. She's like, even at the grocery store, because you never know. So even when you go to the grocery store, like act like you're going to date or like meet someone. I was like, this seems high maintenance-y.
Yeah.
So let's see.
What
would you be your red flag?
Well, can I give you a male perspective
Yes.
on what you just said? You know, like if I'm thinking about asking a woman out, you know, like I might just ask her out. You know, I wouldn't be shy about that necessarily. But if you want to kind of project something to a guy, to me, it's just simple, just some indication that you're interested without coming right out and saying it, you know. Just, you know, certain comments that, I mean, guys can read the tea leaves, you know, to use we're on the tea metaphor
Yes.
today. But you know, if I ask somebody out and I don't get that they're interested, you know, I can go from being very interested in somebody to not interested at all, you know, pretty quickly, you know, but a lot of times that gets kind of hidden, you know, and you have to kind of figure that out, you know, you're kind of guessing, you know. But that's what I typically look for is some kind of interest. And if I feel it too, then this is great. Let's go out, you know, and then see how it goes.
Yeah. So I'm open. Okay. So what are your red flags?
Red flags. Well, I got to go with Jennifer. If I catch somebody like not being honest or you know being deceitful in some way or just being fake, you know, those are red flags that I really don't want to particularly like. I can be friends with most anybody, but I wouldn't want to be like dating's it's
Intimate.
a pretty special privilege, you know. I mean, or it takes a special person that I want to spend that time I have that's more intimate and one-on-one. You know, it's got to be somebody that I feels pretty cool, you know.
Yeah.
Another
yours
red
is
flag
lying.
I have
Yeah.
is lying about how much they drink or how important it is to them. Because if I'm living a sober mindset lifestyle out of choice, nothing bad ever happened. I never got a DUI. And then someone's like in the beginning of the relationship, they're sober all the time. And then as the time goes on, I drive them to drink. No, I'm kidding. They start drinking a lot, which happens a lot more than you would think. And it's like, oh, you're really drunk all the time. That's just like, just tell the truth. Be you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a contest. Be you. And that's that.
Mine are horizontal striped shirts.
Really?
Ugh.
So
Yeah.
if someone was your dream man and he showed up with a
hilarious.
horizontal, like a
Yeah, because it means they're on the golf course. Men on the golf course,
I was just
they
thinking
talk like men. Like they sometimes bond over not speaking of women in the nicest way. And I'm like a woman that won't like
Tolerate?
be all those roles, you know, that the golf course men would want me to be. So I would need someone not to be one of those. So if I see a horizontal striped shirt, oh my gosh, especially like with the Augusta little flag, the United States with the little flag where Augusta, Georgia is, I'm like, we're not going to be a match. That's a hard pass. Let's
someone
see.
who doesn't like animals. I don't like that.
Oh, yeah. Someone, let's see. Another one would be like one-dimensional.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
people who can only focus on like one thing at a time.
Vapid.
And I know like men have a tougher time than women, like thinking about multiple things at the same time. But if they're just like zeroed in or they've like done the same things for like year after year, like, oh, we vacation here, and then we go here, and then I go to my ranch, and then my family does this, then it's like there's no room for you. There's no like openness to them to adjust their schedule. So then that would be...
Well, it's fun to experience something for the first time with somebody that you are trying or
Exactly.
or taking on a test drive for a relationship,
Yeah.
if you want to call it that. I think it's a good point.
So I feel bad that there's like more red flags to me than I know. And I never used to be that person that wanted to like write someone off or like pigeonhole somebody into like a certain existence. But then I was like, I don't know. I've gotten wary,
I get
Is that
it.
the right word?
Oh, weary. Me too. And I'll
Well,
get
I think
on.
I think you get to be our
Wary.
age. You're wary.
Like, I'm not
Male or
worried.
female.
I'm just like, not sure.
My pattern since I've been divorced in 2021 is I'll date someone for 6 months. It takes about 6 months to get to know someone.
Yeah.
And then it's just nothing bad or wrong. It's just there's really no point to go on type deal, right?
Yeah.
I don't introduce anyone to my daughter. I mean, until I plan on getting married again, there is no reason to introduce her to anyone. And so it's been weird. It's been 6 months, 6 months, 6 months.
Can I ask
it's fine.
can
So
I
when
ask
they
you all a question?
pass the 6 months test, it'll be a big deal.
Yeah, I guess. But I'm
You'll
not
be like,
even
Jenny,
meaning
come
Jenny,
meet this
I
guy.
want to throw
I'm not
you a
even
question.
meaning to.
and
All right.
I want to throw it to Jen also,
Okay.
but one at a time.
All right.
You're talking about, in my mind, is there chemistry or not after 6 months? What is chemistry
Oh, no.
in your mind? Like, define chemistry.
Like in a dating way?
In a dating, I mean, like, is that...
You know how like everybody carries energy?
Yes.
The first thing would be, like when you haven't kissed or held hands or done anything yet,
Yeah.
and then they accidentally brush against you, and then all of a sudden you get like kind of goosey bumpies
Yeah.
because like their energy is like transferring to yours.
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
yes.
That's good.
If
I know what
like
you're
they
talking
put their hand on you and it makes you kind of tense.
about. Isn't it weird that just you have that
like,
with some
no.
people?
Right.
Yeah.
And then that's like, that would be that for me.
Yeah. That's a good
Because
answer.
even like a little brush, like,
Well,
because
you-
some
you-
boys you don't know if they're doing it on purpose or not, but they'll like maybe do this or maybe on your leg, like if you're sitting down and you don't know, like, oh, was that an oopsie or not? But then your body responds in a certain way that's like totally out of your control.
Yeah, I found if you just hold somebody, if you get to that point with somebody, it just don't do anything, don't say anything. Like, I almost think somebody you really have chemistry, you don't necessarily have to say anything to. There's just a feeling, there's an energy that's there that goes beyond just talking,
There, when I went to New Zealand and they have the Maoris, which is kind of like their Native Americans, but in New Zealand. And then they have a way that when you meet someone or when you say hi to them, then you put your foreheads together.
Yeah.
And then, you can put your hand on each other's heart and like feel it breathe. But then that's like their greeting. Like in France, they like do the double cheek kiss or whatever. But the foreheads together, like with your hand on the other person's heart, you just kind of like breathe in their energy. And it's like
they're
nice
checking out that chemistry. So that's what they're doing.
that's just kind of their hello or whatever. But I think that's good because it's like we're connected, just like heart and head.
Yeah. Jen, do you have a chemistry?
Well, I felt like you can have chemistry with someone, early on, and then like who they are or life habits can make you think after 6 months, like, you're nice, but I don't have chemistry with you anymore.
Well, I think there's chemistry and there's deal killers,
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
kinda
if
two
you drink
different
a lot
things.
and you're secretly,
That's why
a deal
it's so
killer.
damn complicated.
My
I know.
other question is, what's the one thing that someone can do to like easily seduce you? Are you easily seduced? Jen?
No, I'm so picky. And it's like I like these beautiful men, but then, I mean, they're usually a mess,
So be
behind that-
messy. You're like,
No.
be messy.
No, I'm
and I'm in.
I'm in a phase of my life where it's, no. So what was the question?
Yeah. What was
Like
the question?
how to be seduced easily.
Oh,
No, I'm not seduced easily at all. But again, if that happens.
well, that's not the question. Is how can you be?
How are you easily seduced?
Yeah.
okay,
Mine's probably love bombing. I can be seduced by love bombing
I sniff
very
that out
easily.
so fast, and I don't trust a love bomber. If they're like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
beautiful," I'm like,
Me neither.
"It's
well, you are
again,
beautiful, Jen.
Oh,
They'd
thank
have to say
you.
more than that,
Oh,
right?
thank you. No, but you're so sweet. But you know what I mean? Oh, I don't like love bombing, but that's your deal. But
I
that's what
do.
makes the world go round.
If love bomb but they're saying it while looking at my lips.
Okay,
I could be easily seduced by that.
Do you? I like.
They're like talking to
I
my
like guys
lips,
that are
but saying
taller
nice
than me.
things, like not, that would be
Yeah, that makes
probably
sense.
the easiest way.
I'm so tall that I like to feel small. I like a guy that towers over me and is very masculine. That's important to me. And I just, obviously cannot be spiritually vapid. They have to be very grounded and have a relationship with God. That's why
you
I
just
feel like
eliminate about 98% of the men in the
I
world.
know. So it's like needle in a haystack. But that's
No,
fine.
yeah.
I have my dog and my cat and my daughter, and I'm fine. I'll be, yeah.
I know. It's like, I think about it and then I'm like, do I want to do it? Yes. But do I really want to do it? Like, no. Like, so I just like sit in this like purgatory of like singlehood or whatever.
And that's
like,
okay.
I feel like if I'm with the right person, like it lifts you up to a better level. Like I'm very pro it. Like I like the idea of a partnership of like growing together. It's like, what is that in nature? Symbiotic. Like you're better off because of that person. Like the amoebas that feed off whales because they're covered in algae. Like that's a symbiotic. Like one serves with the other, and the other is serving one. They both benefit because they're together. Like that's how I think of like how it can be. Like in an ideal world, like I think it's very sweet. But then it's like, seems like harder work than like podcasts.
I know, and a lot of times it should be symbiotic, and they should benefit from each other. And sometimes I just think like, what are you bringing to the table? What, you're just another child for me to take care of. That's how I feel right now in my life, and that's just honest. Because I love taking care of my child, but I don't want a big baby to have to deal with. Because I think if you've been with someone for years and years, you put up with that, but if you haven't, it's easier to say, I don't want that.
Yeah. Like I'd hate to turn into that person to where like I just like don't find it worthwhile.
Me too. I don't want to be hard and cold, and I'm not bitter. I mean, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm not bitter.
Everything has happened and it's been great, and I'm happy where I am.
Bill?
Yes, I've been thinking about, seduction. About the only time I really ever feel really seduced, I feel there's a lot of chemistry. And it's just, there's lots of beautiful women out there, so it's not just that, it's like if I connect with them as a person, plus I'm attracted to them.
But if a girl does one thing and you're like, I'm in. What's that? Well, it would be like that one or two
that's
things.
what I'm trying. There isn't one thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of weigh everything, and there might be a time I jump in really fast because I think it's all there and it's not necessarily there, but you find out soon enough, and I have had that happen, but there's been times that I don't know how we ended up doing what we did, but there was some kind of seduction in there. I think I black out somewhere in the middle of that, but
is alcohol involved?
No, not usually.
Just hope you performed well. You're like, I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I hope I performed well.
Yeah, but I guess there can be sexual chemistry, but then there's other problems,
Right, I get it.
That is true.
Any other great Hinge questions for the day?
No, I don't. Well, there's tons of them. I did like the one, and I've really put my mind to it for the song that represents your life.
Oh, I haven't done that. One more thing. A guy.
Remember the song that represents. Remember the prompt for Hinge, like that. One of them you can pick is a song that represents you in your life.
What is it?
So I don't know. I've really put my mind to it to like think of the answer. And then I think I'm going to find it and I'm going to play it for y'all.
I remember my answer to that.
Remind me.
Well, it was just right off the cuff. It was, don't worry, be happy.
That was, okay.
Oh,
I was about
that
to say
is
that
good. I know. I was thinking, but then I was thinking, what would be like a green flag for a guy answer for me? And then I was thinking,
you're thinking too much.
Justin Timberlake, Sexy Back. If someone put that as theirs, I'd be like, okay. I think that would be a good one.
I usually, like, if I go do a talk back and forth, I usually end up being, talking friends, and then I'm like, I don't think we should meet up. Let's just be friends. So I guess I am a little bit pen pally. I'm guilty of that. But recently,
well, you just put them in a different category.
Exactly. Yeah. I can tell energy over the phone. I'm like, eh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then he said that there's so many catfish. There's a lot of women online that are catfish or not real or doing nefarious things.
God. Yes. It's like I'm glad you brought that up because I am constantly bombarded, and I can spot it a mile away now, but these gorgeous looking women that like, I get this 5 times a day. It's like, I've noticed you and my friends and
5 times a day.
Yeah. Just listen to me. I'll tell you what it is. It's not anything exciting. I'll tell you, I promise you that. But it's like, I'm talking about online, like, and you seem like a really interesting person. Do we know each other? And then it's the best looking woman you ever saw. And it's the fakest profile that ever was. It's just evil. So it's like, unless I really know the person online, or I know somehow I can verify, who they are, I just say delete all day long. There's so much of that. That is literally like AI and robots and, St. Petersburg in Russia and China. I get a lot of Chinese things, all the time. And they're just attacking my profile. And, a lot of it's to get money.
I applied for Match Me Abroad on TLC, but I did not hear back.
When did you apply?
Like last summer or this summer.
That's a TV show?
Match Me Abroad. So they you go to a different country because you're like, I don't think my partner is here in America anymore. And I've tried everything to find him and I just can't. But I do think if I were in a different country, I would find the right one.
See, as an empty nester, you can do that.
You'd be seduced.
I would love to be, So, but I was like, you can't put me in a country that doesn't value women's rights.
Then they're like, bye.
And then, so I was like, okay, so it's probably going to be Europe or South America. I'm like trying to figure out because they have different ones. The ones this year, like everybody was from Dallas. They went to Ireland, or not from Dallas. One was from like Grapevine or something, or Irving or something. But then, and one was from Houston, and she went to like...
That were on this show?
Match Me Abroad this year. And then, but they went to...
Match Me Abroad to me means something totally different. It's like,
what does it mean?
Just match me abroad. Any broad.
Any broad. Like a broad, like a girl's abroad. This one, I love this song right here. I think this one I can play really loud. It's so sweet. It's called Don't Give Up on Me.
Is that yours?
I'm a fighter.
Yeah, I like that.
It's so good, right? This one will always... Because I fight for my babies.
Yeah.
And I fight for what's right. And I fight for just children in general. Like, I can't be around any sort of abuse without, like...
We didn't talk about the hypnotist.
My mama bear coming out, So Don't Give Up on Me by Andy Grammer.
I love
so
that.
Good.
Mine will
when it gets to the chorus, you will want to sing really loud.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. That reminds me of that song.
Say something, I'm giving up on... Yeah, I do like that one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Dave Morris of Human Settings. We all three had a appointment with him, and he's a hypnotist, and he does something called Palace of the Mind, and it's basically a pretty phenomenal process. And I started working with him probably 3 years ago, and he's helped me get mostly rid of my chronic back pain, all just by the power of suggestion. And it's not, hypnotizing you like you are hypnotized. It's a talking session where he tells you a story and walks you down the stairs, and you talk to your guardian angels or your subliminal mind assistants. And we all three did one together because I've been raving about Dave Morris. I met Dave Morris at a Susie Batiste conference. Susie Batiste invented Poopery. She's a female entrepreneur.
Poopery?
Yes.
Oh my.
Yes, it makes your poop not stink so bad. And she's just brilliant. She's a billionaire female entrepreneur, and and so he was at the conference, and I started working with him, and I would look back and think, oh my gosh, I did a session with him regarding this, and now this aspect of my life has totally changed in the way I wanted it to. And so we all three did one together to get us in sync on the same page and to come together and create something.
We did a session together.
We did a session together to
set up our podcast for success.
Yes.
So we did do some visualizing.
It was really neat. What did you think about that?
Well, I was kind of trepidatious going in, just, okay, am I going to be like hypnotized and walking around Jen's place and just saying strange stuff or doing something weird and totally unaware of it? But it wasn't like that at all. To me, it was more like a lot of things I've done in business and in sports. I've done a lot of sports in my life where, you use your visualization, your ability to visualize something happening, and then following through, just like I visualize what it's going to be like to do what we're doing today. That's a kind of a main part of my routine in business or whatever as I plan. So I felt very comfortable with the whole process, and I felt like he really put us in touch with something, like your subconscious sort of trying to communicate with you. That's what I really got. There's a lot of times it's like there's a door over here that if you could knock on and open and look in, that's your subconscious. And he made me aware of that, which was very helpful and beneficial. And it helped me in my golf game. Sorry, Jenny. I am that guy with the shirt that goes across.
I know. It made me, like, before we met, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It makes, yeah.
Well, I don't think any of us
just
are
means
each
I can't
other's
date
cup
you.
of tea.
It just means we can't date.
It's okay. I met a girl that loved my shirt and we golfed together.
Like,
she's really pretty too.
But that's why we're a good team, because we don't like each other romantically, and then, it's good. But so your golf game was better?
Well, yeah. They to Jen's chagrin, I brought up my golf game, and she's like, "No, this is not your private golfing coach."
I'm like, "You're gonna have to get your own session,
and I'm
Bill."
Like, easy, redhead. So anyway, I did make it germane to all of us, and he did give me some advice on that, and he walked us through the palace, as it were. Mm-hmm. And my golf game did make a breakthrough after that. It was kind of amazing.
3 snaps for your golf game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We used to do that in our fraternity.
I remember that. What fraternity?
Beta Theta Pi.
Nice.
Anyway, that was my impression. Jenny?
Yeah. So it reminded me of like a guided meditation, because you have to close your eyes and visualize the whole entire time. And then the whole point is to change your mind on things. So to see what's keeping you back, and then to move forward by talking to your, what's it called? Your subconscious assistant. Uh-huh. So you first visualize your subconscious assistant, and then you have to talk to your subconscious assistant. And I talk to myself a lot. So I don't know that it was anything new or different. And then part of it was like to visualize our success, like in a movie, and what it looked like if we were successful, what that movie would look like what does success like look like to us, and that sort of thing. So like looking like at a movie screen or whatever, like whenever I daydream, like that's what I do. If I think I might have nightmares, like that's what I do. So I had done a lot of it. It wasn't as hokey pokey as I thought when you hear hypnotist. It just seemed like meditation, but I guess that's supposed to end in results. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was good. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I didn't ask for anything though. You asked for a golf game and you got a golf game.
But I thought didn't he have a section that we focused on some topic, like going through the certain rooms?
Yeah,
yes, you go through the
success
rooms,
stories, and you ask and he taught us how to talk to our subconscious assistants to help us along the way.
So mine said she can't. Like she said, it's not up to me. So then you were really sweet, because you were like, oh, well, maybe your success, depends on you. So she's trying to like empower you for your own success. And then when I told my family about it, they were like, oh, well, maybe it means you have to depend on others, like the other people are going to help you succeed. So it's not as much to you as it is like kind of the, other people in the world around you that can help you be successful. Or, it could potentially be like, it's God's plan, like. You see 1111 and it's like, well, whenever I see 1111 or all the angel numbers, I just say like, in your plan, in your time, Mm-hmm. So that's what I've been doing. And then, so I don't even know what it meant. I still don't know what it means, but
well, maybe it'll come to you at some point in time.
Yeah, I'll be like, now I'm successful. What happened?
Well, when I first started working with him, I was just like, my dating life was so boring and stagnant. And I had a session with him about that. And that completely changed after a year. Then I had a session with him about why I had all these blocks in business, and it was mental. It was my, your thought. 1111 also means your thoughts literally create your reality. And so we went through an entire session of getting rid of my negative thoughts before they even come in my mind, and I'm cognizant that they exist. They jump out of my head and they burn up in a cauldron of acid, and 5 positive thoughts. Replace it, and y'all, next day I got 2 listings.
I know.
So it is. And then the chronic pain issue, he's 3 years ago, he said, every time you sleep on any bed anywhere, your pain goes into the mattress, like burns up, goes away. And I've lived with less chronic pain in the last 3 years than I ever have in my entire life. So it's, I believe in it. I believe in the power of our own minds, but we have to learn how to harness it, talk to it, use it as a tool to work for us, not against us.
I love Jason Silva's quote about love, like to tie this back to what we were talking about for the dating. And he's just like, love is a lie, but lie to me well.
Yeah.
And I like that because it is.
Pretty true.
Because, you're a perfect person. Someone will see like all the faults, but you're like, oh, I get it, but they're perfect for me. Like you're telling yourself. So it's just like this mind over matter. Like you can kind of convince yourself. I can convince myself of like anything. Really? Like,
I would be careful about that if I were
you really can. You can change your mindset to think. That's why.
That's true.
Sometimes you just are like, oh, I just need to think of this like upside down and on my head and spin around 3 times and see what comes out of it or whatever. But so lie to me, but lie to me well. And then the visualization, like get rid of all that and then put that in there. And then that's like kind of the new truth.
I like that. That's the new truth because it's all perspective, right?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people's reality, they're just seeing it through their own lens.
Exactly.
Perception is reality.
Exactly.
I think Richard Nixon always said that.
Is that is that who says that?
It was one of his favorite things, but it is true.
It's so true. Yeah. Perception is reality.
Yeah, because there's like studies now that even like your siblings, even you're raised in the same household with the same mom and dad, but then, there's that saying that's like, don't ask me how I would have acted back then because I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah, you get, when your parents raise you, it's a different parent.
Yeah, so it's a different parent, like who the oldest sibling got versus the youngest sibling. Their family dynamics and how they
their
think
experience.
It's completely different, even though you're in the same house with the same parents. So it is kind of like that.
Have y'all ever read books on birth order and how much it has to do with your personality? It's just so interesting, birth order, and it's very, very interesting. I'm the baby. Are you?
Mm-mm.
I'm the middle. Are you the baby?
I am. Yeah,
me too.
I love
Baby Bill.
Yeah.
I love being a middle.
Wear a bib next time that says Baby Bill.
Yeah, Baby Bill.
By the way, I just want to mention we're getting close to the end of our session. Do we want to talk any bit about things that we have coming up in the future? Is there anything else we want to hit before we get done here?
I'm really impressed in Snyder Plaza with, is it called Bar Sur or the French place?
Oh, Bar Sardine.
Bar Sardine. And
that's one I have not
Vandelay Group.
The Vandelay Group.
Yeah. Vandelay Group is so impressive to me, everything they've done. One of the investors.
I think we could do a whole show on that.
Well, we should. One of the investors.
What's coming up.
Is one of my favorite builders in town. His name's Lou Olario, and he's the comeback kid. He's just an incredible builder.
Talk to him.
And we're going to have him on the next show and talk about his, what he does with Vandelay and just his incredible story of resilience. And he's just a cool guy. We're going to talk to him next time.
Yeah, he is a cool guy.
Yeah.
They have the best martinis.
See, I don't drink. I love
There's not a martini at any of the Vandelay stores that I do not, or restaurants that I. Drake's Sardine? Has.
Oh, Drake's.
Drake's has a super good one. Well, Hudson House has a good one. I have not been to Bar Sardine.
I'm an old-fashioned guy.
And then
with a striped shirt.
I've had them at Anchor Sushi.
Okay, so the one that looks like a yacht. I'm dying to go there.
Yeah, I like
so
Anchor.
They have anyway. They
have good drinks.
The coldest martinis they advertise, and they advertise. Oh, DL Max. Although I usually get High Life there, but because it's like pizza and chicken nuggets, they have really good chicken nuggets there.
Then there's the two guys.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Vandelay for sure.
I am too.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that's not.
Well, Snyder Plaza is like a test library.
I know, right?
Or laboratory, I should say, for them, because there's like 4 or 5 of their, that sandwich place. What's it called?
East Hampton.
Yeah, East Hampton. That's one of their places, and those are some of the best sandwiches anywhere. If you want to get a good sandwich, not just any sandwich.
Yeah.
Or if you want to get a good martini or a good old fashioned.
I would eat a cheesesteak at East Hampton. The fare, I would be too Too scared. I got food
Start
poisoning a
small.
few times as a kid.
That's so brave of you.
I know. I struggled
you're very
with.
brave
I had
going
an
to
actual.
East Hampton.
I had an actual fear of vomit because I had food poisoning twice, and I had to work on that. I mean, we all have these irrational fears, and so I'm very careful about what I eat.
You're reminding.
I have never gotten food poisoning.
You are so
see?
lucky.
See, we
You are
come from
very
different
Oh my
lenses.
gosh! I wish I
Yeah.
could say that.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
I've got a week. I had a friend that was talking about missionary work once, and I remember, I won't say who she was, and I hope nobody will figure out who she was from this statement, but she said that she didn't need to go to a foreign country to be a missionary, that she could be a missionary. All she needed to do at the Dallas Country Club. So it kind of reminds me, I'm not going to say on air, my heavens. But anyway.
Is she changing lives?
She's a cool person, actually, but it was just a funny statement.
That is
she
funny.
made.
Did y'all hear about the girl, the really pretty girl that, not that it matters, but the really pretty, cute girl that ate street food in Peru, got on a American Airlines flight, had explosive diarrhea, pooped all over the plane. They had to land the plane.
It's a great thing to finish on.
And she was just all over like People magazine. She's like, I couldn't help it. I had food poisoning from street food in Peru.
Well, that's nothing new.
I know. Can you imagine like a commercial flight from abroad having to land the plane because you crapped all over it?
Well,
and then you being brave enough to be like, it was me, you know.
Well, I've almost every flight I've ever taken back from Mexico, somebody's barfing somewhere.
Oh, really?
So true.
Yeah. I mean, the water will get you sick there.
Oh, for sure.
So
does it still?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the water.
I think they purified it.
No, it's the same as it ever was.
I remember last time.
Oh, really? You can drink the ice now.
Well, I got sick.
Or eat the
I got
ice.
sick off of ice the last time I
really?
was there.
Because it used to be, what part?
I was in, what's it called? Down from Kent.
Tulum?
Yeah, thank you. You read
really?
my mind. Thank you.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And aren't you not supposed to eat the lettuce?
There. I did all right in Tulum. I guess.
Well, I have well, it sounds like you've just got a really good stomach to protect you against that. My stomach will fall victim to that. You know, it's probably my weak spot in my overall health, you know. I have kind of a sensitive stomach, but I got sicker than a dog down there. It was awful.
I think I built up my barf resistance by getting food poisoning. It seemed like growing up, everywhere I would eat a hamburger. Before the age of 7, I was going to blow chunks later that night, and it was awful. And then for a while, I was vegan, like just out of fear. And I built up my resistance, but I'm still have a healthy fear of not eating something that I'm absolutely 100% sure is not going to make me sick. And did y'all know that one of the lead causes of food poisoning is bean sprouts? And did y'all know when Chipotle had that huge breakout of food poisoning, the Chipotle breakout of food poisoning was because of cilantro?
The Jimmy John's, they used to put bean sprouts on their sandwiches.
You owned a very successful franchise. Talk to us about it.
Jimmy John's for 10 years, but anyway, they took them off the menu because
and how did
they were carrying the salmonella.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I think ending on blowing chunks.
Yes.
Salmonella is a great way to finish this. But we have some.
I'm still a believer in going to the state fair and eating everything.
Oh gosh, you can do it.
That'll
girl.
test it right there. But anyway,
Fletcher's corn dog. Would you eat a Fletcher's corn dog?
Totally.
Would you eat a drum or the turkey leg?
Hell no.
My daughters love the turkey leg.
I'll do funnel cake. I'll do that. That's
all
it.
Right.
Tune in next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And Bill's gonna be wearing his bib.
Aw, that'll
baby
be sweet.
Yeah. Baby Bill's going to wear his big. Sure. Yeah.
Bill's wearing a bib.
Anything. I'm going to wear my striped shirt.
I'm going to actually have a bib that says Bill's bib.
Horizontal.
I know. They're like.
Well, thanks, y'all. This was fun.
We're big babies.
Until next time.
Tune in next week for more if you enjoyed what you heard.
Yep.
Bye.